Hello, all. Thanks for tuning in to Appointed Life Podcast. My name is Erneed, and I am so glad that you are listening. So, for today's topic, I'm going to be discussing peace and what it looks like to live in peace with the application of the Word of God. Peace can be defined as freedom from disturbance or tranquility. However, with everything that is going on in the world today, we can easily fall into a pit of despair. Every time you flip through the news channels, it's just bad news after bad news. When you scroll through your social media, you are bombarded with more bad news. When you go out in public, you may encounter people or situations that try to work your last nerve. So, how do you live in peace with a world full of disturbances? In order for you to achieve that peace, you may think the best way is to change your environment and get away from the situation or the people that are causing disruption in your life. But we know that's only for a short time because we have to go back into the world and live life. So there must be another way to live life in peace while still being active in your community, while still being active in your workplace, still being active in the world. If the world would have its way with you, you would live a life in fear and full of anxiety. But that is not the will of God for your life. For God is a God of peace, and He also grants us peace so that we may live a life of peace. The peace that I talk about is shalom. Shalom is the Hebrew word for peace, and it is described as lasting peace. It is a peace that the human mind cannot comprehend but so deeply needs. It encompasses wholeness, soundness, and even security. And in order for us to attain that peace, we must first receive the Prince of Peace, who is Jesus Christ. For He says in John 14, verse 27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." So the peace of God is likened unto a gift. So by faith, we receive the gift of peace. And in order for us to fully operate it, we must go to the manual, which is the Word of God. That teaches us if our minds are stayed on Him, we will be kept in perfect peace. So this peace that comes from God invades our reality with hope and assurance that withstands the storms of life. Philippians 4:8 declares, "It is a peace that surpasseth all understanding." And the best way that I can describe it is a stillness that resides in the heart, despite what you may be going through. The unwavering sense that everything will be all right, even while you are in the midst of difficult times. So peace is not something that just can be attained by getting away from this situation, but it is a way of life. So you continuously commune with God, whether it be through prayer or reading His Word and even singing songs of worship. Daily, you are giving God your worries in exchange for His peace. In Colossians 3:15, it says, "And let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to which also you were called in one body, and be thankful." So when you allow the peace of God to rule over your heart, you won't easily be moved by negative words or actions that come up against you. You instead seek peace in that situation and pursue it. You don't allow your emotions to take charge over you. You give yourself a few minutes, you give yourself time so that you may respond in a gentle manner because you are trying to pursue peace in that situation or peace with that person. Matthew 5 verse 9 says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God." So sons of God, do not neglect the gift that was given to you, and that is the gift of peace. Utilize it in every area of your life. Make sure that it becomes a part of you. Just like when you exercise, you lift weights to build muscle, build this muscle of peace. It is part of the fruit of the Spirit. So it is important to God that we live a life in peace and exercise it in all areas of our lives. Thank you once again for tuning in to Appointed Life Podcast, and I pray that you have a peace-filled day.